featuring Trey. All right, Trey, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Trey Lamkins.
Yes.
I am a senior in Plant and Landscape Systems. I graduate a little over a month, and then I guess a week from today, when we have our event,
Yes.
technically then it'll be less than a month until I graduate.
Ah, yay!
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Union, Nebraska.
Okay.
I graduated from Weeping Water High School. And I guess for the people who don't know where Union is, it's just north of Nebraska City. And if you don't know where Nebraska City is, I'm sorry. It's my house. But the funny thing is, like it's East Union Road, and so I'm here, the Nebraska East Union.
Oh yeah. What?
Like it's just Union and East and Nebraska, the three like combination of like there's multiple combinations with those three words.
You're meant to be here.
Exactly.
You were. Yes. All right. So now you're here.
Yes.
Tell us about your cancer journey.
Okay, so this is way different than I guess all the other interviews that have occurred.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not had cancer, but my mom did.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're talking about and offering support to our campus community who's been impacted by cancer, it's also for the people who have had or have a loved one or someone they care about or anyone that's been impacted by cancer. So
Yeah.
that's my journey is with cancer is my mom's journey, and helping other people and connecting them with support. And so when I was a high schooler, it was my senior year. It was in August. My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and like I mentioned, home east of Union, it's a farm, and my mom, a single mom, she had 4 kids. My older sister Tori, she was at the time going to Peru State College, and I was a senior in high school, and then my 2 younger siblings, they went to a different school, but my little brother was 6, and so it was hard.
Yeah.
I guess it was terrifying, and it's been mentioned multiple times, I guess, in the other interviews. The C word, how scary the moment of when the person was diagnosed. And I remember when Mom got sick. When Mom got sick, we didn't know it was cancer. But maybe there's like a little delay.
Yeah.
Then we found out.
Yeah.
And like it started like I was doing something for a project. And my mom wasn't feeling good, and I told her, I was like, well, do I need to take you to the doctors? And then like I was kind of, being funny, and I was like, well, like if I'm going to take you to the doctors, it's got to be now because I don't got time tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I didn't take her to that one day, so the next day, then I did take her because she has.
Yes.
And when Mom came and got me, and like that's when I knew that it was serious, when she like I guess realized that she needed to go, because I wasn't at a place where I could tell her,
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, my uncle had him picked up my younger siblings, and I drove my mom to the emergency room, and I had called my older sister who was in Peru at the time, and she met me in Nebraska City, and she went in with Mom, and come to find out Mom's lung was collapsing because of an accumulation of fluid that had built up, and so she actually was sick, and there was actually something wrong, and then I guess then she was transferred to St. Elizabeth's here in Lincoln, and they drained the fluid, they had to send it for testing, and when we were told it could be this, or this, it was infection, something, or cancer. So then everyone heard cancer, and we were all really hoping it wasn't.
Yeah.
So we weren't going to think about it if it was cancer. And so for the next week, Mom was in the hospital. I had to go to school, and after school, I came up to stay with her, and we rotate on who was with her. And then I remember the day, it was a Thursday. I got a phone call that it's cancer, and I remember just it took my breath away. and tunnel vision. It just, and I think Mary Beth said it was like watching a movie.
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a movie of your own life. Like it's like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
And like I wasn't the one diagnosed. It was my mom, and so then like I was at school and like I remember when I found out, and so I went to my guidance counselor's office, and she wasn't in there. I just sat in the office, and previously her mom was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh.
Wasn't the same kind of lung cancer, but it was lung cancer like a month before. So she was already thinking that mom had cancer. But she wasn't gonna tell me that. She was protecting me, and she ended up being one of my rocks at the beginning and continuously, and like even now. But so that like was the day of, and like I had to have a friend take me home because I was too upset. I wasn't gonna drive, and so then when I got home, life changed, and this was kind of in the middle of COVID, so life was had changed, still changing, so it was just a lot of stuff was going on.
Yeah.
And so then mom, when she got home from the hospital, and the fight against cancer began, even though kind of been fighting it already, just unknowingly. And she went to Nebraska Cancer Specialists in Omaha, and that was the beginning, the initial. Mom fought cancer for almost 3 years. She passed away on August 16th of 2023, almost exactly 3 years, which she was defying the odds because it wasn't. Google's not your friend.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of information that's out there that it doesn't apply to your situation or etc. But so she was defying the odds to make it as long as she did, and she was healthy and she did really good up until the end. I mean, she protected us kids from a lot of her being sick. I think there had to have been things that she didn't show us. Because, I mean, one, you don't be that sick without there not being anything. But, like, it wasn't, and she, I think, throughout her journey of cancer treatments with chemo, she never did radiation. It was just chemo, a lot of chemo. I think they did like 5 different kinds throughout almost 3 years.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Like one at the beginning, kind of worked. It just they can only use it for so many different rounds
Cycles.
or something. Yeah. And so, but like there was always this one chemo that like was the last resort, and I remember when we got to that point. So then I guess to backtrack a little bit. So I did graduate, and around graduation of high school, I remember it was up in the air if mom was going to be able to make it to graduation, because at that time then she had gotten really sick again. And she was told, well, Tracy, like, you have cancer, you're going to hurt. And I had a problem with that because I'm like, but that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought we should, talk to more people or get another opinion. But she, and so come to find out, so she was able to go to my graduation, and then she had to leave early from like the party afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, then she did end up in the ER, and they found she had another tumor that was blocking something. So her kidneys weren't draining.
Oh.
And so everything was backed up. And her liver was inflamed, her pancreas was inflamed, I think she had pancreatitis. Everything was mad. And so I'm like, look, there was something going on. Like, yeah, it could be it was cancer, but it was causing something that could, you could be helped. Your pain didn't have to be that bad.
Yeah.
Because other than that, we weren't at that point yet. Because this would have been in May of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. And so then, my biggest fear of coming to UNL and, was leaving mom home. My older sister ended up going back home and finished out her degree, online. And I was able to come here, move to Lincoln. I lived on campus, and I've been here since. I've made it here, but that was my fear. And so I know that there's other people out there that have had or have parents, or a parent who have gotten sick.
Yeah.
And so not only, can our campus community offer support to people who are sick, we can offer to their loved ones. Your kids are, because you're part of our community, they're a part of our community, but then, they go here, so they're actually a part of our community.
Right, yes.
And
alumni too.
Yeah.
Like my husband, he
yes,
graduated from
yes,
here.
there's all sorts of,
Yeah.
our campus community extends so much, but, oh yeah, okay.
Great. So, again, this was your mom's journey, but you went through it as well. What was probably the thing that helped you to stay strong and hopeful for you and for your mom?
So, I guess this might answer a question that might be on there later, but something that kept me strong was I had to find a quote. I had to find something that I could hold on to that could resonate with me and that could give me comfort.
Yes.
I guess. And so there was a quote that says, "Hope is the only thing stronger than fear," which I loved it.
Yeah.
Mom was like, "My faith is stronger than the hope."
Aww.
I was like, I guess, but don't you have to have hope that your faith is gonna work, or that you're in your faith, you hope that your faith is anyway.
Yeah.
But eventually, so either way, I feel like hope and faith can almost be interchangeable. It depends on the person. It depends on your perspective. But so that's, I guess, kind of what got me, helped me. But also, the thing that got me through it, the people.
Yeah.
It's been talked about multiple times in these interviews that the little things, not only did words of encouragement and messages and hugs, stuff like that, not only did that leave a huge impact on us, but with mom, single mom of 4, and then when she was so sick she couldn't work, her kids were at a point where they were working, so who was supposed to provide and who was supposed to pay for stuff? Financially, we were in trouble. And so not only did we get support via just emotionally, we did have to have help financially.
Yeah.
And so, and we didn't have that without the people of our, mom always said it takes a village to raise a child, and I have a really cool village that spans, across Nebraska, I guess across multiple states.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that are rooting for me. They rooted for mom, and that's interchangeable.
Yeah.
And then I guess another thing that at the beginning when mom first got sick, and then all that was happening, thing that that got me through my dogs. At home we had 5 dogs. Okay. Don't ask how it happened. That's a different story, different interview.
Right.
But mine were, I had 2 Australian Shepherds, and it was Rosie and Zoe. And Zoe ended up passing away March of 2021, so right before I graduated. Also their stuff was going on, and then my dog dies and whatever. So I have Rosie. Me and Rosie are like this. Rosie was the more introverted one. Zoe was the extrovert who would play with people. Rosie's kind of like a cat. Like a cat that's skittish. But Rosie and Zoe at the time, because of them, I'm still here. I think there were a lot of times where life got really dark and depressing, and for a senior in high school, I struggled a lot with that, and thinking about losing mom was really hard. And that thought that cancer means you're going to die has been disproven by many people, many stories that you've heard. But it's still a thought. It lingers. And granted, in Mom's case, I don't want to say it was true, because I mean, yeah, she did pass, but she won how many days? How many battles of being sick of just from the chemo, like daily, or how many, whatever. And so I don't think of it as she lost her battle to cancer. Cancer might have been the reason that she died, or like led to her dying, but she didn't lose. My mom's not a loser. I think she's
lived on in all of it.
Like she's taken care of us from beyond.
Yep.
But I guess my dogs and the people.
Yeah.
And certain quotes and songs. All of that is what got me through this, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And knowing that the strength that your mom showed in those 3 years is in you and your siblings, and now you're sharing it with everybody here, the Husker community. So I think your mom still lives on.
Yes.
Yeah. So some of these probably aren't as applicable to you, but you did mention hope. So what does hope look like for you now?
Hope looks like... I might cry. I was gonna say hope looks like, my little brother.
Yeah.
Like, seeing that people can go on. I think hope is now, if that makes sense, like it's, a year and a half ago when Mom died, how I am right now was like, I hoped then like I could make it to now, and 3 years before that, I hoped that we would, Mom would be here, but I hoped that I'd still be here because I was struggling on like a different side of it. But so hope is now. Hope is the youth. Hope is my siblings going on, seeing them still go on after losing their mom, and they're so much younger than me. Seeing Hope as my sister, now raising them. Hope is, and I guess we just talked about it with Mary Beth, and like one of her surgeons being like, you're an alum. Hope is that, like that we can go on, make a difference. Everyone can make a difference. I think people, especially seniors, and when we start asking, what are you doing after graduation, they start getting stressed out. People, I think, are overwhelmed that they have to make a difference now.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a difference.
No.
But you can. When you see, whether it's political or something else, and you get really discouraged, you're still here.
Yeah. Yes.
That's hope. I mean, I have hope that tomorrow's better. That's what I've learned, I guess. I have to reel it in. I can't take every day at once. I have to take it one day at a time.
Yes.
And I guess after losing Mom, she passed away August 16th, which I think is a Wednesday. Her funeral was Saturday, and I was in class on Monday. And because, one, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to sit at home because, my little siblings had already gone back to school. So it would have just been my older sister and I, which would have been fine, but whether it's my ADHD or I'm a go-getter, I am not going to sit around and just...
Well, and Tracy would have wanted you.
Exactly,
your mom would
exactly.
Say, you need to be in class.
Exactly, she would have wanted me there.
Yes.
So I went,
Yes.
and my professor told me, because I talked to all my professors, so they knew what was going on. Granted, they already did know what was going on.
Yeah.
Some other cool people let them know. But I talked to them all after class, letting them know, hey, I'm here. And the first one, they said, why are you here? I was like, because I don't know where else to go. And that semester, one of the classes I was in was ALEC 466, Leadership and Diversity, and my professor was Dr. Helen Fagan. And what a person to have in my life at a crucial time. I think.
Helen's amazing.
Yes, I think, everyone during that time was instrumental in me. I'm not gonna say get through it, but to keep on going, to get to a better tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess they gave me the space and they created the space for me to grieve. I think it would be a lot different if each person played like a pivotal role and it was meant for them to be there. And so specifically with this class, I had a lot of self-reflection, a lot of, talking about different experiences, and Dr. Fagan, her mantra, because people matter. So I run with it now. I say it whenever I can. And so, in the creation of the Husker Cancer Support Event,
Yeah.
The idea started before my mom passed, because I wanted to offer support for people on campus who've been impacted.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became, now mom's gone. I might, this is an event, and this is something that I think I could have benefited
Benefited from.
Yeah, I could have benefited from it.
Yes.
And so now I do a lot of it in honor of her.
A legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because people matter is really, I think it sums a lot of my choices up, and a lot of the reasoning for this event. And so, were there any other questions that could touch on something that I guess I haven't talked about?
You answered them in
And
your
all
whole...
my own pattern,
yes,
my own
yes,
way.
you did.
But yeah, so I guess I want to leave it at, I don't know what I want to leave it at, but just, I guess for the students specifically, ask for help, don't give up. I think giving up, I don't want to say it's easy, because I think giving up also is hard.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can feel a lot easier, like you just want to give up, but don't do it. I think you can be resilient. I think there's a lot of, with the right help, you can do it. I'm not saying you can do it alone. I don't expect anyone to go through difficult things alone. I think, society might think people need to and might put like a timeline on things. There's not.
And there's plenty of people here.
But
in
we
our
have
Husker-
our people.
Yeah, we have our people.
We have the support.
Yep.
People are there. We just have to get you to them.
Yes.
And so, don't give up for the people, and don't give up for the people who are fighting for their lives. And I guess, even if you're not the one who's sick, you also have to keep fighting.
Yes.